Welcome to this session, all of you. I hope all of you have already filled up the CAT form. And the next form that we're going to have a look at is the NMAT form. So let's have a look at how you will go about filling up this form. So before even we start filling up this form, let's understand that NMAT can only be taken at the test center from this year onwards. So there is no take from home option. So you'll have to find out the nearest test center from your place and book your slot there, and then on that date, go and write the examination. Second thing is, if you are going to apply for NMIMS Mumbai or any other campus, just by filling up the NMAT form, you will not get an interview call. You need to fill up the NMIMS form as well. And keep this in mind, because every year we have problem that students have not filled up the NMIMS form and they've got really good scores in NMAT, but they did not get a call from NMIMS because the form itself was not filled. That NMIMS form filling I'll be taking as a separate video. This particular video is only for the NMAT test form filling. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look at the form. So to get into the form, you need to just go to Google and search NMAT by GMAC, and you will see this particular website there. This is mba.com/exam/NMAT. And if you go to this website, you will see a lot of details about the NMAT examination. And you'll also see there is a button here called as register for NMAT by GMAC. And if you're already registered, it asks you to log in. So if you have already had a login last year, you can straight away go and log in from here, and that's much more easier way to do it, because a lot of things will be already filled up in the form and you need to just change few of the things. If you've not given the NMAT previously, then obviously you're going to go and select register for NMAT by GMAC, and then first register with your phone number and your email ID, and then go about filling up the form. If you scroll down, all the dates are mentioned here. So the last date for registration is on the 10th of October, and the scheduling ends on the 14th of October 2025. So you have full 1 month to go ahead and then do your scheduling. I would urge you to fill up the form in the coming week, because you've all filled up the CAT form. So you can just now go ahead and fill up the NMAT form as well, right? There are a lot of details given about the NMAT form here. You can read through that. And it very clearly says there is no negative marking in the NMAT test. We'll have a session for what is the NMAT exam all about, and what is there in the syllabus and how do you look at the exam. It's a adaptive test, so we'll understand what an adaptive test. All that will come in the upcoming video. But in this video, let's understand that there's no negative marking, and each section has got equal weightage. Okay, so you can also choose how to start the test when you're starting the test, whether you want to start with VA, whether you want to start with QA, or whether you want to start with the LR section. So all other details are there on this website. I would urge you to read so that you are familiar with the exam, and you also have an understanding of what to look forward to when you go on the exam day. Now, if you go back and scroll up, you will see the register for NMAT by GMAC. Click on that and you can register from here. You can put your first name, last name, email ID, and fill in the password, re-enter the password, and you will get an OTP. Once you have registered, you can then go and log in, and it'll ask you for your email address and the password. So you can put your email address and the password there and then log into the form. The form looks something like this. So you have the form, when you're actually starting to fill up here, it will not show as 100% complete. It will show as incomplete, and it will show 0% complete, or whatever percentage has been filled up previously by you, if you have already logged in before or have given NMAT before. Okay, but all that you can change. But this is how the dashboard looks like. And if you scroll down, there are a lot of other tabs here which will not be visible for you right now, because it'll not be in a clickable format right now, because this will all become clickable only after you make the payment, right? So here it's very, very clearly written, NMAT by GMAC exam will be conducted at test centers only. So it's only going to be conducted in the test center. So there is no take from home option. So let's now get into the form and try to understand how will you fill up this form. There is a continue button here. So click on that continue button to get into the form. So once you click on this continue button, you can straight away get into the form and start filling up the form. So this is how the form looks like. There are plenty of sections in that. You have the personal information, contact information, education, work experience, school preference. So we'll go one by one and see what needs to be kept in mind. It's pretty simple a form, so there's nothing much to look at in this. So the first thing is your personal details. So you're going to enter your first name, your last name, your date of birth, your age, category, and your native language, and nationality. Now, these are all pretty simple. What you need to be very clear about is to upload your photo here. So you can just click on upload photo and choose the photo that you want to upload. And here you have all the details about the photo given to you. Make sure that you follow this thoroughly. And then once you have completed read this, go ahead and upload your photo. Once you upload the photo, if you can actually see the photo when you click there, and then after that you can go ahead and fill up your father and mother's detail, and then comes the area where you need to put up your identity proof. Keep in mind that this identity proof you are going to carry with you. So whether you're going to put it as Aadhaar card or voter's ID or a passport, all these the photo ID details that you're going to put here, that particular photo ID you're going to carry with you. So you're going to choose the photo ID from this drop down. I've chosen Aadhaar card here, and then fill up your photo ID number in that, so which will be your Aadhaar card number if you're going to put the Aadhaar card. And once you have put up the photo ID number and the name, you can go ahead and then you can just finish off this part by clicking on next. So once you click on the next button, it will go on to the next area, which is your personal information, in which you need to input your mobile number, alternate contact number, and I will urge you to put up a number, alternate contact number, which is reachable. So whether it's your parents or whether it's in your friend who is staying with you, but put up a number which is a reachable number, right? Apart from that, you need to put your primary email ID. If you have an alternate email ID, you can put that too. And once that is done, you need to fill up your address with all the details. So your country, your state, your city, and your entire address. And after that, if your permanent address is the same, then mark it as yes. If it is no, then you can mark it as no and fill up your permanent address as well. Let's be very clear here that they are not going to send anything to your address. So if you are staying in a place and you think that the correspondence can reach there, put that as your current address, and you can put that as your permanent address as well, and go ahead and go to the next page. In the next page, you have the education and the work experience. This is not as complicated as what it was in your CAT form. You just have to put the highest education achieved, which will be graduation for most of you. So you need to fill in which country you graduated from, what is your undergraduate university and undergraduate college, the stream, and then what was your degree and your specialization. So once you fill all this, you also are going to put it as full-time or part-time, and whether your graduation has been completed. And that's all the information that they will ask for, because there is nothing else apart from that about 10th and 12th that they are going to ask about. Now here for the UG, you are also going to put up the year of passing, the marking scheme, which is either percentage or the CGPA. If it is CGPA, then put your CGPA here. If it is percentage, you need to put your percentage here. So there is no conversion also that you need to do here. And then followed by your work experience. So if you have work experience, mark it as yes. If not, then put it as no. And if you have it, then you need to put up as what is the type of engagement, what is the kind of sector that you're working in, and your total year of work experience as of July 1, 2025, right? So once you have filled this, you also can put up the industry and the function in which you are working. And with that, the last part is, are you currently working? So if you're working currently, put it as yes, otherwise no, and the last organization that you have been working. And with that, this part of the form is completed. So you can just now go ahead and mark next, and then you will get into select school. Now this is one of the important part of your entire NMAT form, because in the NMAT, through using your NMAT score, you can apply to various schools. So I will also be taking another video in which I'm going to talk about some of these schools and why you should be applying to those schools with your NMAT score, and what is the typical cutoff that goes for that school. But then NMIMS Mumbai is definitely, NMIMS University is definitely the first preference and the reason why you're writing the NMAT examination. And followed by that, you can put XIM. XIM actually has got Xavier's Institute of Management. For their HR program, they do consider the NMAT score. You have the TAPI Institute of Management, the KJ Somaiya, the Great Lakes, the IFMR, SP Jain School of Global Management. This is not the SP Jain's 2-year program. It's a global management program. And then there are plenty of other programs that you can go through. So I've chosen these, and these are, I think, some of the best programs available under NMAT. Now you can only choose five of these for free, because if you're choosing more than 5, you need to pay, and it's very clearly mentioned here, your fee for additional school is 944 rupees, right? So choose the school for which you're going to write the NMAT, and don't forget to choose NMIMS University, because that's the main school for which you are writing the NMAT examination. Going forward, you will also have a part where it'll ask you, how did you learn about NMAT by GMAT? You can put it as coaching center if you're studying in a coaching center and put the name of the coaching center there. So I put GradSquare here. And apart from that, your current background and what other exams that you're writing, you can just put this. This is of no consequence. This is only for NMAT to understand as to people who are writing NMAT, what other exams are they taking and what are they planning to do, and where did they come to know about it. So it will help in their marketing. So I don't think there's any worry here. So you don't have to have any bias. You can just put whatever is the reason behind you applying for this program and where did you come to know about it, and then what other exams are you taking as well. So just fill this up. This is just for survey and you can just go ahead after this. Right? So it also talks about how are you going to do your financing of the program, where would you like to study. So all these are survey questions and nothing more than that. You can just fill this up and go ahead. Now here comes the declaration. So you need to fill up this declaration and then fill in your application, your name, and then the date will be shown there. And with that, your declaration part is over. You can also go ahead and now preview your application. So please do preview your application before submission, because without that, if there is any mistake, you will not be able to rectify. So click on the preview button and you can see your entire form. You can just scroll down and see everything. And then finally, once you have seen it, you can just click on submit and make payment. Once you go into submit and make payment, your details will be shown here, your name, your email ID, your phone number, your address, and all the other details. And it'll also show you that the total amount is 3,000. So you also have the option of buying the NMAT by GMAT official practice examination. I would suggest you buy it if you're a serious aspirant to NMAT, because these are the closest of the NMAT papers that you can get. And one of the papers you'll get for free. So you'll have to paper, which is practice paper 1. 2 and 3, if you buy, you'll have 3 papers as mock to solve, right? So you have you can buy that. If you're not buying it, your total amount comes to 3,540. You can submit this and make the payment. Once you have made the payment, on the right hand corner here, you will see that your application form is now completed. And if the payment is not, then it'll show payment pending. But if the payment is already done, then it'll now show payment as completed. So if you see here, now the payment is shown as completed. You can click and see your registration form as well. You can even download it by clicking here, and you'll also see that there are 2 of these buttons which has opened up now. So these buttons are for filling up your additional school preference. So if you want to fill more schools, you can do that from here, and you can also schedule or reschedule your exam by clicking on this particular button here. Now, what are the other button here? The retake button is for all those people who want to write the NMAT multiple times. But as I told you, you will not be NMAT NMIMS Mumbai will not be taking the NMAT second and the third scores. It's only going to take your first score. So if you're gunning for NMIMS, then you need to write this exam only once. And you also have the view exam status, admit, and the scorecard details here, which all will open up after your exam is done. Also, if you see here, there is an NMAT by GMAT ID which is being generated now. So this ID is what you are going to quote when you are applying for the NMIMS application. And as I said, only finishing off your NMAT application is not good enough, because you need to go and now fill up the NMIMS application also if you want to apply to NMIMS. NMAT is not conducted by NMIMS. NMAT is an exam conducted by GMAT, and this is an examination the score of which is used for NMIMS. So make sure that you fill up the NMIMS form. Don't forget about it. So use the GMAT ID for NMAT by GMAT ID for doing that. Now let's understand how do we go and book our slots. Now it very clearly says that NMAT exam is conducted only at the test centers. So let's click on book the exam, and here is the book exam slot, and then we can click on that. And when you click on that, it shows that how would you like to take the exam. So you're going to take the exam at the test center because the other option is not available now. So click on that, and then it will take you to this dashboard. Now in this dashboard, it says that you can take the test from the 5th of November onwards to 23rd of December. I would urge all of you to write the NMAT examination, especially if you're looking at NMAT examination for NMIMS. I would urge you to finish this exam off or take the exam only after the CAT is over. Why I'm saying this is because after the CAT is over, you have two other exams that you're going to write in the month of December. One is SNAP and the other one is NMAT. And both these exams are more or less having similar kind of a syllabus and similar level of examination. I would say SNAP is a bit more easier, but it is the preparation remains the same for both the exams. So it's easy to manage both the exams together in the month of December. After that, in ZAT examination comes only in January. So by the time it's 20th of December, if you finish it off, you have ample time also to focus on your decision making and the taking the mocks of ZAT and all that. So December is the right time to take NMAT if you ask me. So take the exam in December. If you take it in November, you can schedule it at least 15 days before the CAT so that the CAT and the NMAT does not overlap. Now, once you click on, so if you see here, there is a proceed button. So click on this proceed button and it will take you to the policy and admission policy and agreement. And if you see that, you can just scroll this down and it says you need to carry all this valid ID proof with you when you're going there for the examination. And when you scroll it, you need to tick it and agree this for all the examinations before you can go forward. Now, once you have done that, you will also see that, here you have the country, the city, and the test center shown here. In Chennai, there is only one test center. There'll be other cities in which there are multiple test centers that you can, look for. And once you have chosen this, it'll also show you your dates in which it's available. For example, in November 2025, only one date is available. And on that, there are 3 slots, 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 3 p.m. And in December, there is again 2 days available, which is 12th and 13th, and in which again there are 3 slots available. Now see, these slots are open on a periodic basis. So if you're only seeing 3 slots which are available, don't panic. If these slots are convenient for you, take the slot and also check the SNAP exam date before you take it, and accordingly book the slot after that, right? Because once these slots are filled up, only then they will open the other set of slots. So you'll need to keep watching whether the slots are opening up, and don't panic. The slots will open if you have booked it, and you can then book the slot from here. So to book the slot, you just have to click that slot. So 9 a.m., 12 p.m. or 3 p.m. And once you do that, your booking will be confirmed. So for example, when I'm clicking on this Friday slot of 12th of December, you'll see that it becomes green. It says, and it shows up. And then you can just go here and click the confirm button. And once you confirm it, your booking will be done. Right? So that's the entire process of applying to NMAT. You need to book the slot and keep checking for the slot. Once you finish booking the slot, you can then go ahead and then apply for the NMIMS form as well from the NMIMS portal. So that's all about the NMAT form filling. If you have any other doubt related to that, please feel free to put it on the comment. I'll be happy to answer your queries. So that's all about the NMAT form filling. We'll be coming up with more such videos, so stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel. The next few videos will also be focused on NMAT, the NMIMS form, as well as the colleges that you can pick up for NMIMS. Keep in mind that while you're filling up this NMAT form, you also need to be filling up the NMIMS application form if you want to apply for NMIMS MBA programs in any of the campuses. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll be back again with more such videos. So stay tuned.